Hey y'all, Leta here again. Today I'm going to be making a mailbox topper, and this is just made out of greenery and some mesh and some ribbon, and it just is going to add a lot to your mailbox and make it very beautiful and festive out there. So let's just go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you how to make this mailbox topper. Okay, so some of the supplies that you will need for your mailbox decoration is a base to put everything on, and in this case I just have some garland here that I'm going to decorate. You can use wire, or you can just make a big bow and tie it on, but I am going to use this garland base as my base to build everything on. Of course, you're going to need some ribbon of your choice. It doesn't matter, you know, if it's made out of burlap or not. That does not matter. That was just my choice. You also may need some different kind of ribbon that maybe you want to add to it. I've got two other kinds of ribbon here that are made of burlap. You probably need a pair of scissors, also some floral wire, and something to cut your floral wire with. Also, I am using this mesh for mine, so you may want to get some of that. You don't have to use this, but I just am going to use it in this case. Okay, so that's going to be some of your supplies. The first thing that I like to do is I like to go ahead and get my bow made. Okay, so I've got my ribbon here, and my ribbon is printed on one side and it is plain on the other. So you will have to make sure as you're making this ribbon that you keep the printed side forward so that you always see that printed side. Okay. Now, I just fold my ribbon like this, so I've got my first loop, just like that. And make it a little bit more so I have a little bit longer tail here. And I'm going to squinch my ribbon, pinch it right here in the middle. And see, there is my loop. There is one of my tails. And we're just going to make another loop. So now you can see I've roughly got this bow. And you're going to pinch it in the middle. Just keep pinching that here, holding it tight in the middle. That is where you will put your tie to hold it together. And make sure that your loops are kind of the same size, because you want to adjust that now, because that's going to be the easiest time to adjust it. Okay, and when you've pinched it in the middle, make sure that your printed side is up. Now, if you have a bow that does not have a printed side, you're not going to have to do that twisting and turning. Of course, it does make it easier to fluff if you do twist it and turn it, but you don't have to. Okay, so I'm twisting it there, here, so that my printed side is up. We want that beautiful leaf print to show. And we're squishing it together here in the middle. And over here we're going to twist it and make sure that the leaf is on the printed side is up. And we're going to squish it again in the middle. Twist it so that the printed side is up. Make another loop. And squeeze it in the middle. And at this point I kind of like to look and make sure that my bows are about the same size. Yes, they're looking pretty good. So we're going to twist it again, make sure the pattern is facing you. And we're going to squish it in the middle again. And this burlap gets kind of fat, so you have to hang tight. Okay, and we're going to twist it again and make our loop. And you want to keep the same amount of loops on each side. So here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So far I've got 4 on each side. And I'll probably do 5. I like to usually make 5 loops on each side. So make another loop, get it in the middle, squeeze it together and twist it, and make our last loop. Now I'm going to leave a little bit hanging down for my other tail, but at this point I'm going to go ahead and tie it off with just a piece of floral wire. I'm going to stick it right there in the middle where I've been holding it all this time, and I'm just going to tie it off really good. And the thing about this ribbon that has the wire on the edges, even though I'm smooshing it down like this, sometimes you can fluff it back up. So sometimes I just hold it in my hand, and that way I don't smash it. But today I kind of smashed it. Okay, so we're gonna fluff up all of our bows, all of our little bows here, and fluff them up because I smashed them. You can adjust these. That's a good thing. You can kind of turn them and twist them because of that wire that's on the outside. Okay, so here's the bow, and it's all done, and it's looking awesome here, and it's ready to go on to our greenery. The next thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to take several pieces of burlap ribbon. I've got the kind that I used in the bow, and then I've got a couple of other kind, just one that has a pattern and then one that is plain. And I made like this little tail. I just cut some lengths of ribbon, and then I folded them in half and gathered them at the top with this little piece of string here that I'm going to use for lots of tails to hang down over my mailbox. So I've got that one ready. And the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your greenery piece that you have, and I have some mesh here that I'm going to use on this greenery. So I'm just going to start by unfolding it just a little bit. It's easier to work with that way. I'm going to start at one end of my greenery here. Let's see where you can see it better. I'm going to take the end of the mesh and just kind of let it naturally buckle together. And that is going to hang at the end of my greenery just like this. And I'm going to tie it with one of the little pieces of green stem. So we're going to tie it right into place with our greenery here. That way it will hold down just like that. Okay, unwind some more of this. It's a little bit easier. Now, I'm just going to take my mesh and I'm going to make a big loop, just like this. Just going to fold it in half, just like that. I'm going to tie it off with another piece of the greenery. Just want it to stay well in place and attached to all this greenery here. So it's going to look something like that. And you're going to keep doing that. You're going to take your mesh, fold it, and when you put them together like that, you're going to have this look to it. Okay, so I'm going to put it right beside the last one that I just made, and I'm going to tie it off with part of the greenery. Just like that. Okay, so now I have two of my little puffies there, and we're going to do another one. Okay, so to do another one here, a little puff, and tie it off with a piece of the greenery. Okay. Oops. I didn't have that one tied off very well, did I? Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and fluff this up just a little bit. All right, and this in the center is where I'm going to attach my bow, just like this. So it'll be right in the center of my greenery, and it will have this on each side of it. So that is just going to look gorgeous and beautiful. And I'm going to go ahead and finish putting on my mesh, and then I'll let you have a look. So this is my decoration for my mailbox, and it is all ready to go on. You see I have my ribbon here, and of course all the mesh on each side, and it's just going to sit nicely right on top of my mailbox like this. I also went ahead and tied all these extra ribbons that I made. I just put it on first right under my bow. I tied it on to the back with just a piece of string like this, And that's how I attached my bow and all my extra ribbon. So it's just tied on just like that. And so that's gonna go on my mailbox, and this is just a beautiful decoration. Hope that you'll give it a try. It just really kind of makes your mailbox kind of festive and looks beautiful in your yard. Okay, y'all, I hope that you will give this beautiful mailbox topper a try. It's just really a lot of fun. It adds a lot to your mailbox, makes it all look nice and festive out there. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye now.